What exactly is saving grace? Now I'm specifically talking about the word grace in Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are you saved through faith. About 30 years ago, a man showed me a method of studying the Bible. He derived this from 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 13, which talks about comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. You compare spiritual words with spiritual words to get you meanings of other words in the Bible. And here's an example. I'm going to look at grace and look at every verse in the New Testament that has the word grace in it and see what I can find. There's several verses, but for time, I'm just going to look at two. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4 says, now listen to the words grace of God. I thank my God always on your behalf for the grace of God which is given you by Jesus Christ. From Romans 5:15, listen to the grace of God. The grace of God and the gift by grace which is by one man, Jesus Christ. In those verses, the grace of God is Jesus. So I think I can go to Ephesians 2:8. I believe the grace there is Jesus. It says, for by grace are you saved through faith. Now I'm going to substitute the word Jesus. For by Jesus are you saved through faith. Well, that matches up with numerous verses in the Bible. Saving grace, I believe, is Jesus. Now, I'm not overly dogmatic about that, but I think it gives me a deeper understanding of Ephesians 2:8. Now, I'm going to give you a closing lesson. In John chapter 4, verse 11, Jesus is speaking to the woman at the well, and he mentions living water. But he doesn't say specifically what living water is. So if you compare Scripture with Scripture, look for those words living water somewhere else, and maybe it'll give you more information. Lo and behold, you find them in John 7:38-39, and it will tell you what living water is. Now there are hundreds and hundreds of examples like this in the Bible, which in my opinion will give you more understanding of the Bible if you use that method, comparing Scripture with Scripture.